Hi everyone and welcome to this new channel. I was debating and umming and ahhing whether or not I wanted to record about my weight loss journey and whether or not I wanted to document my weight loss journey with videos, and I just thought, why not? I have a different channel, but I haven't uploaded or recorded over there for about a year, maybe two. I think it's about a year. So I'm kind of rusty when it comes to recording and everything, and also like sharing about weight and everything else is a little bit, you know. However, I have watched and followed and subscribed to so many people who are sharing their weight loss journey, and it's really inspiring and motivating. I want to be inspiring and motivating too, and I also want something that I can see, because I like to document things and kind of, whoops, my phone. I like to document things. I like to be able to look back. I like to be able to see, because a lot of the times I kind of forget things. And also with my weight loss, I can't really see it on a day-to-day basis or even a month-to-month basis, if I'm honest. So if I have something to look back on, hopefully that will kind of keep me motivated, but also to share and just to inspire, really. That's what I like to do. I like to encourage, I like to inspire, and be inspired and be encouraged. And I know that the community here on YouTube is so loving and so kind. So anyway, one thing I will say is that this video is going to be quite long, because as the title says, it's going to be an 8-week recap for Mounjaro. But I wanted to also say that although my Mounjaro journey started 8 weeks ago, my weight loss journey has started for years. Years and years. Last year, actually, I started to be a bit more serious. Well, a few years back, I started to be more serious, but then, you know, I kind of lost some and maintained for a long time. And last year, I just thought, let me just try a bit harder. And then I carried on, but just like slowly. And then March this year, I started to get ill. I was ill maybe from January onwards, but then in March I was really ill, and not necessarily weight related, but actually it's not weight related. I have something called vestibular migraine, and I think I've had it for years. The understanding is that I've had it for years, but I didn't know what it was. And a couple of times I had it misdiagnosed as labyrinthitis. So then, yeah, so in March, after I wasn't really feeling that well, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna just get my whole health like back on track. Weight loss definitely, but just health in general. And there's a car outside. I don't know why. It's just outside. I think the engine is on. So if you can hear that, I'm really sorry. So anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh, I do talk a lot. What was I saying? Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but so my weight journey so far. Okay, yeah, right, March. So I had to spend the night in hospital. When I came out of hospital, yeah, that's when I said, you know what, I'm going to just get stuff back on track. Where I'd been maintaining or slowly, I said, nah, this is it. I've got to really put the effort in and let's do this. I'm a person who I like challenges, because with my weight loss, I realize I have a lot of weight to lose. I've definitely lost a lot over the years so far. At my largest, when I started seriously trying to lose weight, I knew I had 1.5 pounds to lose. I know, 1.5 pounds to lose. And that was an overwhelming amount of weight. So I kind of had to cut it down into chunks, cut it down into, now the dog's barking, cut it down to, everybody's outside. I've been women and I to record. Actually, I was meant to start at the beginning of my Mounjaro. journey, and I didn't, and I put it off, and then decided maybe I won't bother. Then I decided I'm going to, and now that I've decided today I'm going to actually record, the weather's gone bad, so the lighting's funny. People are outside, workmen are outside in the different houses. People are outside, not loitering, but their car engine is just going on. Dogs are barking. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So, yeah, I wanted to do, I was thinking about injections for a long time. If I'm honest, a couple of years ago, I was thinking about surgery, but I don't like surgery. I don't like medical stuff. I'm that kind of chicken. I don't like injections, funnily enough. I don't like medicine. I definitely like surgery, going on into the operation, stuff like that is, let me wait till the car goes. Oh, it was a van, that's why it was so loud. And now a motorbike. Okay, hopefully I've got enough battery. Anyway, let me continue. So, excuse me. So, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought now. I actually can't remember where I was at. Never mind. Let's just move on. It means I was rambling too much. But so I decided, I don't even know where I'm at. I can't even think. Anyway, let me just move on. So the first thing I did was, so the Monday after I came out of hospital, I decided this is going to be it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I wanted to do, yeah, so the surgery, for years, I was like, I just don't think I can do it. And then I started hearing more and more about injectables. Is that what you call it? Injections? Weight loss injections. I had started hearing a little bit. And then obviously the big Ozempic thing, like, became kind of a big newsworthy thing. And then I was thinking, maybe, but obviously it wouldn't be Ozempic that I was on. It would be, is it called Wegovy? Anyway, some kind of semaglutide thing. And then little by little, I was just like thinking, nah, it's not, because I don't like injections. I hate injections. I hate needles. Like if I have to have blood tests, needles, drips, what have you. When I was pregnant with my youngest one, I actually had to inject myself every day. I was really ill. In pregnancy, I'm quite ill. But with him, I had to inject myself every day. With my other son, I had to inject myself as well. And it was like, it was really, I was going to say traumatic. I'm kind of dramatic myself, but it was a lot. So just the thought of injections, I just thought, nah, it's not for me. And then I kind of was watching here and there some people on YouTube, and then like they were saying they have to inject themselves, and I was thinking, if it was someone that injects me, then maybe I can just close my eyes, look away and get it done, but I have to inject myself, so I can't close my eyes. So that kind of, I just didn't really continue with that kind of thought, but it was like in the back of my mind. And then I started watching a few people, their journeys, and I started hearing more about Mounjaro, and that it had the two hormones in there, whereas semaglutide has the one, and that with Mounjaro, I just saw that it was like more effective, I think, than semaglutide, like with the trials and stuff. And because I have so much weight to lose, I thought, you know what, maybe. And I talked to my doctor. Like obviously my BMI is very high. I'm very overweight. I'm actually obese. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't a criteria enough for it to be on prescription for me. Like I paid so that my prescription, like on the NHS. So yeah, even like with the little conditions or the little whatever I have, it's not a criteria. Like the criteria is really high. The BMI has to be high. You have to have, I think it's called comorbidity, not, what's it called? Comorbidities? No. Comorbidities. Listen, I don't know. I'll just put a little caption here because I don't know what it's called, but basically conditions like I think high cholesterol, maybe diabetes, maybe something else. So I have high blood pressure, but that wasn't enough. So it's like it wasn't enough for me to have it prescribed, like on the NHS basically, so that it will cost me much less. And so I just was thinking, I kept on looking, and like I said, I was watching and not following, subscribed to quite a couple people on like their journey. And particular, I was looking at the ones in the UK because I know like in America they have tirzepatide compounded and all that kind of things. You might can get it here, but I didn't want it the compounded. I just wanted the pen, and I wanted to know how, like in UK, if it was there available. So I did a search first, and then I saw these people coming up, and then they had been on their journey since like last year. Some of them are at the end of their weight loss part of their journey, and it was, oh my gosh, it's like, you know, when you kind of research things, look at things, and then you see the people who's actually started to do what you was researching about, and then you can see how far they've come. And yeah, it's a bit scary. Injections are a bit scary. And then the horror stories about people becoming very ill on the Mounjaro. But watching, it's not like you watch them and you don't, like, I know they're not medically trained. They always put the disclaimer, they're not, you know, medically trained. They're not telling you to go on it. But I found it really, really good. And just seeing their journeys, and everybody, they were like from different walks of life. They had different parts from different parts of the UK. I didn't see many from London, but they were from many parts of the UK, different genders, different ages, different lifestyle or life, like different life places and ages and whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so much. Get on with it. So I just was thinking a little more and more, let me do it. And then there was a pharmacy that is near me, and I think they said weight management, something another. And I asked them if they do semaglutide, because this was the time when I was thinking about semaglutide, and they said, yeah, just come for a consultation. And then I kind of left it for a while again. And then after another time, when I started hearing about Mounjaro, I asked them, do you do Mounjaro? And they said yes. And then I just said, okay, and I left. But like I said, when I started to be really serious in March, I just started, just did it on my own. I just changed like because I'm plant-based, I thought to myself, I can't go totally carb free, and I'm gonna have issues with protein, which I have now. I have issues with protein. I have some vitamin deficiencies because I am plant-based, and also just my body. I lack iron. I was low on folic acid. I was low on the B, what do you call it? The B vitamins, like B12, B whatever. So I decided, right, I'm gonna get some supplements, because I always forget. Like I know I need to take supplements, but I forget. So I might have some, and then I'll take one or two, and then I forget, and then a month will go by, and then I will just take some for a couple of days. And then I said, no, this time I'm going to be on my supplements to get my deficiency off, to just be like regular. Because when you have a deficiency, obviously you've got to take the supplement to combat the deficiency, but then you also have to get on top of like your day-to-day requirements. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my supplements. I bought some. I am going to eat like more whole foods, because although I'm plant-based and I don't eat like takeaway and like fast food and that, but sometimes I do have some of the, like the meat alternative things, which can be quite processed. So I said, right, I'm gonna do more whole foods. I changed like rice. I said I'm gonna just eat brown rice. I'm gonna eat bulgur wheat. I'm gonna have like no pasta really, and then only, yeah, no pasta really. And then I went into that week, and then the next week I stopped having like normal flour, like white flours. I started using semolina. I started using what was it? And then I went on to start using almond flour as an alternative. Or sometimes I would use, like if I use some white flour, I will use the rest almond flour. And then I started using oats, like oat flour, but I just blended down the oats. Started doing that. And then, so I did that for 6 weeks, just little bits and pieces, trying to tackle portion control, trying to stop eating the snacky bits. And then happily, I lost 5 kilos in the 6 weeks. And for me, it was like amazing for me. 5 kilos in 6 weeks might not be big to some people. It might be big to some people, the amount. But to me, to have lost weight continuously was amazing, because in the past I've tried all kinds of diets. I've tried Atkins. I've tried the cabbage soup. I've tried Slimming World. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried like all different kinds of things. So like I said, I've been doing this weight loss thing for years, but not weight lossing. I've been dieting for years, but not with the weight loss. So yeah, like I was kind of shocked that, because like I didn't have scales. That's another thing. I didn't have scales because me and scales, we're not friends. We haven't been friends for a long time. So years back, I just stopped having them because, mindset. So this time round, after I knew how much I weighed, because like I said, I was at the hospital, and at the hospital they weighed me, and I knew how much I weighed then. So after the 6 weeks, I decided, in those 6 weeks, I made a decision. I'm gonna go on a Mounjaro. And after like the doctor was saying, no, you can't have it on the NHS, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna pay the money myself. And I don't know why I decided that date, but I had the date in my mind when I wanted to start, and I wanted it to start on a Friday. Because I work, I wanted to have the injection on a Friday, whatever, like, the side effects or the effects of the medication will be on the Saturday. Like the next day will be the Saturday and the Sunday, and maybe I'll be able to just kind of get my bearings, because I wasn't sure how it would affect me. And then the next day, I could go to work, which will be the Monday. So I got the Mounjaro, had the consultation, everything, and then at that time the lady, she injected me with it for the first day. I did look away. She showed me how to use it and everything else. I did look away. But anyway, I got weighed there, and I realised I lost 5 kilos. And I was just absolutely shocked, because I just kept on thinking, I need the Mounjaro because I can't do this on my own. And I'm going to be honest, it was hard work to lose that 5k. So I knew I needed the help of the Mounjaro, but I also knew I could do it. My mindset had kind of changed enough where I wouldn't just be using the Mounjaro as a special tool, because I'm going to be honest, before I even went on it, on the more, like, I started hearing and researching and reading and what have you, I thought, like a lot of people, that their weight loss injections make you lose weight. Like, the injection is what makes you lose weight, which it's not. People them outside shouting. Okay, move on, please. Thank you. Okay, they're gone. Yeah, so it doesn't actually make you lose weight. It doesn't. It helps, 100% helps. It, but it doesn't, in itself, it doesn't make you lose weight. You have to still do the work. You still have to put the effort in. Yes, you can eat. Like some people, they might not change their eating habits or what they eat. They might have, no shade to anyone, because I'm doing this for my health as well. So eating the foods that are not healthy for my body but still losing weight is not an option for me, because I need my body to be in optimum. I need my health. I need like, even if I wasn't trying to lose weight, I'd have to change my diet, as in nutrition and what I eat, to help with the vestibular migraine, to help with my with asthma, to help with my allergies, so it's not just a weight loss thing. So like with the Mounjaro, I think I needed those 6 weeks before I went on there. If like looking back on it, I needed those 6 weeks to get my mind, in this kind of good place. I needed to like portion control and everything else, so that once I started on the Mounjaro, I'd already had that. I'd already, I wasn't just coming in just so. If that makes any sense at all, I needed that time. It was like a little bit of a preparation before I started, and I had like just the motivation was there, and like I said, I had changed a lot of the things I was eating, the things I was doing, the supplements definitely, because on the Mounjaro, I need those supplements even more. Anyway, I think I've been talking for such a long time. My gosh, let's get onto it. So on the Mounjaro, the first week was, yeah. So when I had the Mounjaro, that's the Friday. On the Saturday, we went out, me and my husband, or my husband and I should say, we went out to a show. And literally, I had the injection in the evening, and then the morning, I wasn't hungry, which wasn't too out of the norm, because I'm not really hungry in the morning, but I don't want to eat in the morning, but I still feel, you feel like you haven't eaten. I didn't feel like I hadn't eaten. And then we went, because we had planned this from a long time, and then we had planned to go and get something to eat. So we went to get something to eat, and I had wasabi. And I literally was looking at the food like, what am I going to do with this? But like I said, because I had already started to eat better, my portion sizes had already gone down a lot. But I was just looking at the food like, what am I going to do with this? But I just ate a bit and a bit. And also in wasabi, they do white rice. They don't do brown rice. So it was white rice, which I wasn't I had already so it was white rice. So I wasn't really into that at that time anymore. And even that, eating the white rice, I could feel it. It was like stodgy, and it was like a lot. And I ended up just eating maybe half of the meal. I got like a little hot bento, like a sweet potato katsu thing with rice, and a drink. I got one of their white tea, the sugar-free white tea thing, and I was like, I can see already this is what it's like to be on Mounjaro. Anyway, I talked a lot. Let's get into some of the stats. I'm going to put my reader glasses on now, because I won't be able to see. And I've got some notes here, so I'm going to be looking at them. So I did, like, along the way, I did write down a few of the things. I already went through some of the changes that I had done, like eating more vegetables, brown rice, bulgur wheat, etc, etc. Oh yeah, that's another thing, bread. I stopped eating normal bread, and then I had like crumpets, because I remembered on Weight Watchers, crumpets was always lower in points. So I had crumpets, I stopped eating white bread, and so the crumpets are white, but like I used to eat breakfast muffins. I changed that to wholemeal, and like pita bread will be wholemeal, wraps will be wholemeal. Already said about the oat flour. Okay, and in the 6 weeks, I just cut cakes out, and if I wanted cake, I had to make it myself. And then what I had done a long time ago was cut out refined sugar, like using sugar at home. Oh my gosh, I think it says the battery's soon done. I talked so much. Okay, because my battery's dying, I talked so much. I'm just going to go into the stat side of things, and then maybe on another video I'll talk more about the changes and stuff that I've done eating wise. Okay, so like I said, the first 6 weeks I lost 5 kilos, which is 11 pounds. And being on the Mounjaro for the 8 weeks, I lost, so in total now, for the whole 6 weeks plus the 8 weeks, I've lost 13.5 pounds. So on Mounjaro for the 8 weeks, I've lost 8.5 kilos. Oh yeah, so nicely, and on week 7, I lost 2 stone in the totality of my weight loss journey so far from March. But on Mounjaro, that would be 19 pounds. So, and 19 pounds, which is nearly 1.5 stone on the Mounjaro. So I'm just amazed because, like I said, on this weight loss thing, I've not lost weight consistently like this. I've not lost the weight like just like this. I remember even at Weight Watchers, I'd be trying to get that £7, you know, that silver 7 that they used to do, and it wouldn't come because I would put on and then I would lose it weight, and then I would put on and then I will maintain, and then I will stop, and then I will, it's like £1 here, £2 here. So as the weight is just going, and then even when I lose £2 in a week, that side of my mindset is like, oh, it's not a lot, it's just a little bit, but it's just like continuing. There was a week when I didn't, and that was just before I went on to the 5 meals. Oh my gosh, my battery, I talk so much. Okay, so I'll just put a few things that I realized. So yeah, like I said, when I went on the Mounjaro that first day, I noticed that my cravings was a minimum. I didn't crave things. On one of the days of the first week, I had bread. I had white bread, hardo bread. And my stomach, oh my gosh, I said to myself, yeah, bread is not for you. The brown bread, yes, but not brown bread like I said, the pita bread or the wraps, yes, but actual bread, no. I started making the brown rice and the bulgur wheat. I started making like bowls with vegetables and stuff. When I was just doing it by myself, I had like a breakfast, and then I had the brown rice bowls or the bulgur wheat bowls. I would have one for lunch and one for dinner. I realized quickly that on the Mounjaro, I couldn't do the 2 bowls. I had to only have one. So I had to put some of them in the freezer actually. By the time that first week, when I came up to the jab day, I felt a little bit hungry on the Friday, and I remembered having like I felt really hungry, and then I had an apple, and then I just was full. So that was what I noticed as well. Okay, when I was still on the 2.5, I noticed, like when people are talking about diarrhea, sorry, too much information. I got diarrhea a couple of times, but I noticed it was when I had spicy food. I can't take spicy food as it is anyway, but if I had spicy food, if I had something really sweet, if I had something, like I said, the bread, that's when I would have like stomachache, I will have the diarrhea. I've had constipation a couple of times for the whole 8 weeks, but not much. It's only I notice when I eat something. What has been a problem is nausea. I have had nausea, and because of the vestibular migraine and everything else, I was having nausea, nauseous. I was nauseous anyway, but then being on the Mounjaro, I have noticed I'm quite nauseous. Some days is worse. On 2 of the times I injected myself in the thigh, I had nausea a lot. It was a lot. So I decided it's just my stomach. I'm just going to inject myself in my stomach, because although the nausea is there, it's not as bad. And then for the nausea, I got some ginger things, and I've just been doing that. I got some of the acupuncture bands. I think because my battery's dying, I'm gonna maybe do another video and do like the things that I've been using to help me along this Mounjaro journey, like the supplements, maybe what I do for the nausea and stuff like that. I'm so sorry that I rambled on so much. Okay, some more stats. If I've got, what does the battery say? Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the 8 weeks, okay, so at the beginning, so because my battery is dying, I'm so sorry I talked so much. I'm going to just quickly put down like the stats, the lost stats that are not just the scales now. So my BMI has gone down 5.1 points. My visceral fat has gone down 1.3. My subcutaneous fat has gone down 1.1. My fat level has gone down 0.9. My body fat has gone down 3.8. My muscle mass has gone up 2. My skeletal muscle has gone up 0.8. And my muscle rate has gone up 1.3. So as you can see, just in these weeks, I'd say it's a couple of months, maybe 3 months, because from March to June, and we're now in July, the beginning of July. So from March to June, just doing that, working at it, doing what I could, help of the Mounjaro, praying, getting motivation from you guys on YouTube, I can see a change. I can see a change in my clothes. That's another thing. A non-scale stat is that I've gone down maybe a stress size and a bit. So I'm happy with that. I did take my measurements, but I didn't take it at the beginning. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to take my measurements again, and I can see what we're working with that way. But anyway, like I said, my battery is flashing at me. The warning sign came up. So I'm going to round off here. Thank you so much if you watched to this point. I can see that I have a long video. I'm going to edit it down. But thank you so much for watching to this far if you did. And thank you for joining me with this journey. And with those who have been watching, I don't even know if you're going to watch me, but if you stumble across this video and I've been watching, I'm going to put maybe in the not the comments, the description, hopefully if I remember, of the people who I've been watching. So just in case you're coming onto this, like you've come to my video because you did a search for Mounjaro UK or Mounjaro in general, and you just, you know, you want to see some people who have gone more farther in the journey than I have, I will try and remember to put some of the people that I've been watching in the description. There's some beautiful people. They're all different genders, like I say, all different. They're different genders, beautiful people, lovely people. I'll try and remember to put it in the description. If you do want to continue with me in this journey, please subscribe. Please comment down below about your journey so far. If you're on the Mounjaro, if you're thinking about Mounjaro, and even if it's not no Mounjaro, if you're just on a weight loss journey, a healthy body journey, because this channel, yes, it's going to be talking a fair bit about the Mounjaro because that's what I'm doing, but it's definitely more about like health in general, like weight loss in general, and just my healthy life journey, because I'll continue as I do to talk more and more, try and be a bit vulnerable and open and talk more and more. Like I want a whole life journey change. So whether it's my mental and emotional health, my physical health, marital health, relationship health, parent-child health, all of that, I just want a whole overall of my life because I just want to change. So if you're like on a kind of life change, join me as well. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Subscribe, please subscribe, comment and, you know, let's do this together. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I like to document. I like to document things. I like to be able to. Anyway, I'm not going to add that. Just delete. Delete.